Good job today, man. One at a time, and we'll get the job done. Y'all know what to say on three. 1, 2, 3.
And the home of the Jets.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday after a Bills debacle. I was hoping this was going to be a happy show. I look forward so much talking to Fireman. I look forward to talking to you every time, dude. I'm like, maybe the Jets surprise us. We have all these good things to talk about. And when I text you, I'm like, bro, I'm pissed off. I'm angry. But before we get into that, man, how you doing, man?
I'm good. You know, listen, be 66 on Friday, bro. I ain't getting any younger.
That's awesome. Happy early birthday, bro.
Yeah, I ain't getting any younger, bro. So what are you gonna do?
Are you still boxing and stuff?
Yeah, I'm still training, still doing my thing, you know.
Bro, I tell you what, for all our listeners, I had a chance to train with Fireman Ed, and he was cracking some pads. You hit like a truck. Because I'm like, all right, Ed's a big guy, but some guys, like, the muscle doesn't translate to the power.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you were popping pads. I was like, all right. Yeah. My forearm started to hurt.
You know what? When I was a kid and I fought, I could fight. Like, I hit. I had a great left hook. It is. It's nasty, man. And so, you know, I won a lot of knockouts with that left hook. But, yeah.
So, Ed, we have another Jets season here. We're 2 games in. The Jets are 0-2. The first game was somewhat encouraging where, they went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. They came up a little short, but a very winnable game. Then they had yesterday, which was a complete debacle on every level, no-show performance, where I was completely disappointed. What was your mindset going into the season under Aaron Glenn? How did you think he was going to approach it?
Well, you know, first off, I didn't want a first-time head coach. Mm-hmm. So I made that pretty clear, you know, through my voice. But if we were going to have a first-time head coach, I mean, I loved having, you know, guy that we drafted. He's a Jet. I mean, Aaron says all the right things. As far, you know, he gets to your heartstrings. Yep. You know, I love that he said that 98, you know, there's unfinished business. Yep. You know, I mean, he's laid it all out there. We got to give him a chance, you know, like I said, you know, it's hard because of what we went through in 14 years leading up to, you know, so we're very frustrated. You know, he's saying today on this press conference, you know, it's instant coffee, but, you know, it's not so much. It's more, we're just so frustrated. It's not his fault. We're frustrated from the 14 years previous. I mean, we've had some bad teams through the years, but this is.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, our expectations for this season have been lowered. Most fans are saying, you know, 5, 6, 7 wins. Maybe you get lucky, you get into the wild card spot. But, like, expectations are low. But my thing is just compete. Yeah. This is week 2, dude. I'm not yelling at you, but I'm just saying, like, my expectation is you're playing a very good Buffalo Bills team, Super Bowl contender. I understand all of that. You don't bow down to them. You give them your best. You embrace that physical mindset Aaron Glenn talked about. None of that happened yesterday. They got pushed over. They got mauled. They got embarrassed. They were getting taunted, and they were quitting. They looked like they gave up in the second half. It was just like, I've seen this before, and that's where my anger comes from. I'm willing to be patient. Just don't have this in week 2.
Right. Everything that you said, Tyson, I would agree with. I expected a good effort yesterday. I thought they would play them real tough. You know, you can't expect to beat Josh Allen. He's on fire right now. I mean, he's as good a quarterback as there is in the NFL. They've knocked on a door. Listen, they haven't won, and it's not because of him. Yep. Not because of him. Because every time that they've lost because of their defense, the kicker. Yeah, going wide right. I mean, the defense get 13 seconds or whatever it was, 38 seconds, whatever 60, it was. Yeah, that's right. You know, so I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but you know, I can't worry about them. We got to worry about the Jets, and the first week we were very excited about what we seen. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, and I'm not talking about, well, we made it close. No, we should have won the game.
Yeah, they gave it away.
The statistics proved it. You had the ball for 35 minutes. You do all the things that you wanted to do. You ran the ball down their throat. You got 182 yards on the ground. So, of course, you come into yesterday going with that offensive line, anything's possible. You can control the clock. And what I thought was we would do that, control the clock. Instead, they beat our ass. Beat our ass, man. We were never in the game. We were never in the game.
But Ed, like you're a fan like I am. There's the same thing where you analyze certain things. You have a vast experience of performances in the past. To be honest, when I saw Justin Fields miss that first throw where Garrett Wilson was wide open, I'm like, all right, well, that's a bad sign. Because then it's like that takes the mojo out of the building. And then that fucking Michael Clemens penalty set me off the edge, dude. I'm like, there it is. Here's your trifecta. Then you add the Justin Fields fumble. To me, the game was over. 10-0 game is over. Like I'm checked out. Like I know I've seen this before. Like, did you get the same feeling? Like you had that sense, like all the experience, like you feel the vibe, momentum of the game, and you're seeing them self-destruct. I'm like, I've seen this show before, and that's where my anger came from. Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I was pissed off about was when Michael Clemens, obviously, that was they just bait him. They bait him. They have his number. They actually laugh at him.
Yeah.
They actually laugh at him. Like they got him all pissed off, and so. Listen to me, when he put him back in the game in the next series, that drove me out of my mind. But it drove me out of my mind because it's history repeating itself. Like this guy did that. He shouldn't be in the game. So, I have a problem with that. That I had a real problem with. So that's
not accountability.
And, at 13-0, and then the guy breaks the run to make it 20. What's his face?
James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook. Missed tackles, middle of the defense, unreal. So that really that burst the bubble right there.
But like for the defense though, to me, it's like you have Steve Wilkes, defensive coordinator, very experienced, veteran guy, Aaron Glenn, defensive minded guy. And the Jets defense has talent, man. You look at it all across the board. You have Quinn and, Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson before the injury, Quincy Williams, Jamie Sherwood, they re-signed him. Sauce, all these guys. And the play like this is so disheartening. Like, I don't want to hear excuses like with Saleh and Douglas, like, oh, we inherited a bad team. We got to rebuild talent. The defense has talent, a lot of high price talent, a lot of high draft picks, right? To me, that's the unacceptable part of this.
I agree. Listen, you got 8 starters back from the past regime. So, what I seen yesterday in that sideline, because I'm right there, I mean, in that second half, boy, that was a defeatist attitude right there.
Right?
I can just tell you that scared me.
Because in week 2.
That evolved back to it. But that's not this guy's fault. That's his second game. And he's got to change that whole narrative. So, and it might be as far as you might have to start cutting guys. You might have to start playing other guys. You might have to, you might have to go with rooks. There's things you might have to do, he's going to have to figure out how he's going to change that whole mindset. I'll tell you that. He is. And especially on the defensive end of the ball, because I seen it more on that side of the ball than I did on the offensive end of the ball. I seen it more on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's like Aaron Glenn's baby, and should be. Like that's his background. I know he said he's a CEO type head coach, but that's his background, Wilkes. And you have guys like Quinn and Williams, and you would think like you saw Sherwood was trying, but he was just getting his ass kicked. But I don't understand. And then it's like you got to teach them how to win. You got to teach them how to do all these things. But being physical is a mindset, man. That right?
It is a mindset. And you know what? Harrison Phillips, I got to give him credit. In that second half, he was going up and down that sideline, talking to each and every one of those guys on the defensive end of the ball. I'm telling you, I watched it. I watched it. He's going to be a big plus for this team going forward. Love his mindset. Love what he's an unselfish player. And, that'll kick in eventually. We got to give this thing time. I mean, we're so frustrated because of what's gone on for 14 years. So I can't blame the fan base. I mean, I said it on my Fireman Ed 42 Instagram last week. I said, you can't blame when they talk about the Steeler fans being there and it's 50, what was the percentage, whatever. It was 50, 55%. The fan base, what do you want from the fan base? They've got 14 years with no playoffs. What do you want? He's going to have to slowly get them back. Tyson, you always have the 40, 45,000 diehards. They're just there. They're always there.
Yep.
Just telling you. The other 20, 30, 35,000, they're sporadic, man. You know, and you can't blame them. They're beat up. You know, it's a lot of different things between prices and getting money before the season starts. I mean, there's a lot of things you could put your hat on. You know, not having your own stadium. There's a lot of things.
Well,
So
it's like the thing we always talk about. It's like you get no return on your investment. You spend your entire Sunday there. You pay a lot of money for tickets to, like, say, low level, $200-$300 a ticket, which is fine. Listen, that's the NFL price. It's fine. You walk away spending, say, for a family of four, or just two, me and my girlfriend, whatever, dude, you're spending $700-$800.
Yes.
Then you're sitting in the traffic and you're whatever, and you're walking home like, what did I get out of this?
They don't make it convenient.
No,
it's not convenient.
Nope.
For the regular Joe, it's not convenient.
Nope.
You know, I'll tell you, you can't walk around that stadium. You go to where the players are. You cannot get out. They just stop it.
They stop it.
And they don't let you go. They let all the players go. It's insane the way that thing is all
it makes no sense.
designed. It's unbelievable when you look at all of that stuff.
Yep.
So these are all things that make the people crazy. And you know, listen, everyone in life wants a winner. It's the way it is. Look at every team. Every team. Yep. You got teams that have been dominant for years. When they go into the tank, the fans don't show up. Yep. They don't.
Yep.
They don't show up. Everybody wants a winner. And, you know, for us, we're at the bottom of the barrel. I mean, we just are.
It's tough, dude. And that's why I don't blame fans that, like, you know, like some Jet fans sell their tickets for the Cowboy game to get the money back, because, you know, historically in December, November, you can't get rid of your tickets. I would eat so much money, dude. Like, I couldn't give away the friggin' tickets.
No. Listen, I get it. You know, I'm a diehard. You know, I'm in a different position. You know, I'm just in a different positions, but I fully understand the way people are. So, you know, they're very frustrating. The game was frustrating. You know, to watch the opposing team have half the stadium, you know, is very disheartening. You're going to see that again with the Dallas Cowboys when they come in. It's going to be the same way. I said that before the season. When I seen the schedule, I said, oh boy, the narrative is going to be the Jet fans quit, because half the stadium would be all three of those teams for sure, because they, you know, first off, the Bills are going for the elusive Super Bowl, so they're showing up. You know, the Bills Mafia is a bunch of phonies. Listen, they're Johnny Come-Lately's. Come on, stop. I mean, we've been in that division for so long. Come on. The Buffalo Bills. All of a sudden, they're the Bills Mafia. I mean, only because the Pagulas decided three nitwits were going after Adam Schefter. Did you read how that Bills Mafia came about? So, I mean, come on, stop. Let's stop the Bills Mafia. It's a joke. It's a joke.
So going back to the game, what was your expectation for Justin Fields? Because last week against the Steelers, he looked incredible. Like, all right, he looked poised, he looked confident, he looked in the pocket, he was accurate, everything was. And then yesterday, and I guess my first question is, do you think it was all about adjustments? Where week one against the Steelers, the Jets had the element of surprise because nobody knew what Engstrand's offense was or what Justin Fields was capable of. Now they had a week to look at it. Like, all right, now we know what Fields likes to do. Let's try to take some of those things away. And then yesterday, the first throw, he looked lost. I'm like, oh, he doesn't have it. And then it got progressively worse. And Ed, when you have two completed passes at halftime, that's worse than anything we saw from Zach Wilson. That's as bad as it gets, man.
I agree with that, but we couldn't get the other guys off the field. But that's a whole nother stuff. Listen, Justin Fields, I think will be fine. We'll see. And that's a work in progress. We're going to see. I like the kid. I think the kid's got ability. You know, they stacked the box yesterday. It was ridiculous. They had one lone safety in the middle of the field. They had 10 guys at the box. They had 10 guys where the line is. All the linebackers were there 5 yards off from the defensive lineman. They had all of the D-backs up on the line. All of them. Everybody was up. And I'm talking about every play. Like, you go back and look at that film and you'll see, like, especially in the beginning, bro, you got to throw the ball down the field. You got to take a shot. You got to loosen that up. You got to at least, if you miss your guy, you know you're loosening them up. And they basically said, you're not running the ball. He's got to throw it. You're not running the ball. because she's ran it down Steelers' throat, and they came out that way. And you know it don't help that we let them get a lead. You can't get a lead with Josh Allen, and you go down, you're up 10-0 in no time. No time. And Justin fumbles the ball. All right, he gives up come on, man. That just steamrolls.
It's snowballed down.
And you're playing the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Big difference.
Yep.
So there was a lot of things that went on, and it went real quick. Like we were out of it in no time.
Yep. Yeah.
The fan base was out of it. Yep. Everything was just. I looked. I went, oh my god, and I still listen. When it was 13-0, I still felt like okay, it's all right. When he broke that run, the balloon for me popped. I was like, wow.
Yeah, here we go again.
I mean, we just went right in the center of the defense. Yeah. And it was just missed tackles. Yep. Missed tackles. Yep. Like, that disheartens you.
But but going back to Fields, like what's like to me, you knew he didn't have it. And then he got rattled. Then he got and it's like the one thing I was curious about, which we won't find out now because unfortunately got a concussion. Hopefully gets healthy from that. But it's like, does Aaron Glenn, it seems like I don't want to say babies. He's really trying to put a cushion around Justin Fields to not say anything to the media, not say anything negative, not say anything that. I worry that if Fields is legitimately struggling that bad, that he won't pull him. And I would be like, you know what? If he's playing this bad and you can't pass the ball consistently, I'm pulling him. Like, you got Tyrod Taylor there. Do you think the same thing or no? Did he freeze up? I think he froze up, Ed. Is it mine? Is it? Martinez is gone. H.A. Martinez is gone. I think Ed's side froze up. I think it's my side, right? Oh, here he is.
All right.
There you go.
A minute. I don't know what the heck happened.
So, there you're good. The question I have is, with Justin Fields, though.
There you go.
With Justin Fields, it seems like Aaron Glenn kind of nurtures him with the media and all the talk about him. And then when he plays really bad, he doesn't really hold him accountable. And I'm worried down the line, would he be scared to pull him out of a game if he really struggles bad, where Tyrod could give you a spark?
That's a great question, but and it is. Listen, Tyson, the kid doesn't have confidence, so he's trying to build confidence in him, right? Because he's been thrown all over the place. He's never been given a real shot, so that's going to be a work in progress. And yeah, I do agree with you as far as him babying him right now. I'm okay with him babying him right now.
Double standard, though, man.
It's the second game. It's too early for me to start going, what's going to happen with him and
but if you could be tough in a press conference and be like, well, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this, and Fields played arguably the worst game of his career.
Yeah, it's
not bad to say, you know what, our quarterback can play better than this. You don't have to be ripping with new ass, but at least let people know,
I agree. But, remember, Aaron Glenn this is his first time around, man, being head coach. This is one of the reasons, Tyson, I said I didn't want a first-time head coach because of that reason. This team, I thought, before we hired, I thought that they should have went after John Gruden, Dougie Peterson, Mike McCarthy. I felt like the guys that won world championships could come in here with this media. See, that's the thing I'm really worried about.
Yeah.
I don't want to get away from Justin Fields, and I understand what you're saying. But Aaron Glenn being, the tough guy and with the media, that's eventually going to get old. Because Parcells got away with that because he won world championships.
Rings. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. So he could talk to these guys differently. This was the reason I wanted what I just told you, one of these other guys. Now, with that being said, we chose to go with this guy, and I love the fact that he's a Jet. But I just think he needs to be a little bit more humble with this media, because this media is treacherous. We know they're treacherous.
Yeah,
we mean it.
Yeah, so. but furthermore, the Jets got tired of all the bullshit press conferences with Saleh. And then, listen, I'm a big Aaron Glenn supporter. I didn't like the hire, but I like the player, and I embraced it because I like what he brings to the table, his background. But yesterday's press conference, after the game, with got to watch tape, like that smug, Like, dude, you can't talk the talk and be all arrogant like we had, and then all of a sudden start melting under the pressure of a really bad loss.
Well, I agree with that. And that's once again is learning curve, and we're watching it before our very eyes. We're watching it before our very eyes. And he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Nope.
So what we're doing is we got to root for him. We got to hope that he gets to learn what's going on. And that's what we could hope for. I mean, we're sitting in a position that 14 years with no playoffs. We got a brand new coach, a brand new quarterback.
New front office.
It's a new front office. So this is what's going to happen. And you know it is. The thing we're playing maybe the world champions. Just maybe we just played the world champions because they're going to have a legitimate shot. That team's going to have a legitimate shot.
Yeah, but it's not. But the thing is, like, to me, it's like these first two games. I mean, they got blown out yesterday, but it's like the Jets beat themselves, and that's the most annoying thing. And then it's like, it's like, all right, you're learning, but I don't want this wasted season where it's like 4-13. They're just dregs and they can't do anything right. It's like you've got to see progress, you got to see development, you got to see coaching, you got to see all these things because there's too much talent. They're not a 4-win team.
And I think you'll see that now you're going up against Tampa, and Tampa looked awful good, what I just seen inside. So Tampa's going to be no easy game at all. He's got to set the tone as far as he wants to be a run it down your throat and be a tough-minded team. Well, that's what we want to see. So when you get bullied in your own house, of course, people are pissed off.
Yeah.
Because you're calling that. You're saying that's what we're going to be. So then when you don't, of course, we're going to start questioning. But it all comes down to the past because we're so jaded everything. So it's a very tough sell, man. It just is.
Well, it's because you think about we have all these first-time head coaches, and we know better than anybody what a bad coach is because we've seen it so many times. We see the red flags, we see the issues, and it's like, all right. So now we're ultra critical where it's like, no, we're looking for it now because we just don't want to get disappointed. And you get concerned, and it's like, okay, then it comes down to the quarterback. You got to start with the quarterback. Moving on from Rodgers, I was completely cool with. I don't mind Justin Fields as taking a flyer because they didn't want to get anybody to draft. They got Membu, completely fine with that. But it's like, okay, if it's not going to work out, like I'm curious to see how Tyrod Taylor plays this offense because Tyrod's a much better passer. If this offense starts flowing with Tyrod, you know what? Fields don't have to play him. I want to win games, dude. I'm not here worrying about resurrecting Fields' career. Like, say, for example, just in theory, he plays the Bucs. They play well against the Bucs. And they win with Tyrod. He plays until he loses. Like, I genuinely don't care.
Tyson, we cannot be, after the Dallas game, we cannot be 1-4, 0-5. This fan base won't be able to handle that. Nope. So let's hope that this week we can play a game like we did against the Steelers and not turn the ball over, like Gibson did, and give yourself a legitimate shot at winning this thing. You know what I mean? That's all you can hope for. You got to hope that they turn around and play a much better game than they played Sunday. All right. We were all excited when Pittsburgh, after that game, we were pissed off, but we were excited because we said, okay, wait a minute. That was the Steelers, and we ran it down. We should have won the goddamn game. Should have won. We had the ball 35 minutes. Yep. You run the ball for 182 yards on the ground. What more do you want? This is what you wanted to do. You played a good game. I mean, it was obviously there was hiccups with the backfield. That's a work in progress. I mean, the defense is a work in progress. You would think that would be the strong suit.
It should be,
not the weak suit. And so that's of course that's.
But the question I have though, I'm coming off really negative because I'm really, really frustrated today. Like I'm disheartened, but it's like, and this is a comment from Lauren, which is right. It's like a lot of teams can turn it around in 1 or 2 years, right? So to me, it's like, okay,
yes,
like with Saleh and Douglas, like, oh, like they basically get a red shirt year their first year. We're like, oh, terrible talent, terrible this. They've got to learn on the job. We understand that. To me, it's like this isn't the same way because there's too much talent where the
Too much.
expectations, right? The expectations have to be a little bit higher. Yes, they're learning, they're going to get better, but this can't be like you said, you can't go 1-5, 1-6, a complete shit show. That's not acceptable.
No, not with the talent that's on this team.
Right?
And now your schedule moving forward is you got winnable games. You got to. These aren't gangbusters. You know, the Buffalo Bills, different story. Steal a game, you played a good game. You got to listen. You got the next 3 games. Honestly, you got to pull out 2 out of these 3.
You have to.
You got to pull out 2 out of these 3. You know, now you go in at 2 and 3 after 5. Okay, let's see what happens. You know what I mean? That's what the fan base wants to see. The fan base wants to see this year progress, obviously, consistency, building on something, moving forward, and being a competitive meaning around a 500 team.
Yeah.
Some in that range, give or take a game.
Yep.
But that's what the fan base wants to see.
Yep.
And I think it'll be totally unacceptable if we're 1-5 after 6. I mean, that's just not gonna.
Nope.
That's not gonna do well. So I'm not gonna jump the gun. We're pissed off. It's a Monday. It's Monday night. All right. We're just 24 hours out of getting our asses whipped. Okay. And so, of course, we're going to be negative. And I listen, I'm the most positive guy in the world.
You are.
I'm negative as shit right now. All right. Over what I witnessed yesterday was really pathetic.
Dude, I told you. That's why I warned you. I texted you. I'm like, listen, we're usually having a really good conversation, positive. Like, we can do this, we can do that. And I was just like, it took the life out of me. But now, with Fields banged up, I'm assuming Tyrod's playing Sunday.
I would think so. I know that protocol is so tough that it's hard to get out of that protocol.
Yeah, it is.
So now, I think that kid's going to be playing.
We got good morning, guys, from Glasgow, Scotland.
Nice.
We said about my last kid, not pushing any panic books yet. We just had a bad day at the office, I hope. So he's saying hi to you from Scotland, Fireman Ed.
I love it, brother. David Bruce, my man. All the way from, and I got some Scottish in me.
That's right.
I got a little bit of Scottish in me, just so you know. My mom was Molly Tonkin from the Gulf of Tonkin. So
there you go. So now, if Fireman Ed plays, Fireman Ed plays a role. Well, you got me all distracted now. If Tyrod Taylor plays well on Sunday, do you keep rolling out, or do you think you go back to Justin Fields?
I think he'll go back. I think he's committed to Justin Fields. I believe he's committed to Justin Fields. He's, in fact, I know he is because I've talked to some players, and I know that's who he wanted before he got the job. He wanted Justin Fields.
Do you think the players have all bought into Fields? Like, do you think he's fully respected on the team?
Yes, 1,000,000%. Listen. I love the way the kid holds himself. He's class. I think he's a humble kid. I like his demeanor. I like the way he is. Obviously we got to see him. I thought he played a good game I thought he should have won that game. He didn't on the first game to win that game. All right. And Gibson blew the game, and the guy makes a 60-yard field goal. I mean, come on. But Garrett's got to make that catch. I don't want to hear it. Garrett got to hit hard, but you got to make that catch. We paid you a lot of money. Garrett would normally make that catch. He makes great catches. I thought he should have had that catch, and I thought Nick Folk was going to come in and
so did I.
And kick the field goal and send those Steeler fans home, miserable, and it didn't happen. So. Yesterday was let's hope that yesterday was, last stinker that we're going to see.
Yep.
Let's hope that that's the case, because the fan base ain't going to handle that well.
No, I'm not handling it at all.
And we're diehards.
Yep.
But we're going like it is. I mean, and Aaron does got to go up there and just, take the bullets. Take the bullets, man.
Yep.
And, he is to a point. He's feeling it out, man. This is we're watching him feel out right now. We're watching a guy that's a first-time head coach that's feeling it out.
Yeah, but are you?
One thing in this media, Tyson, they will not. They're relentless. So it's just a matter of time before they go after him, because he's coming off with arrogance. So that's a matter of time. I called that one. I said,
Yeah, no, but I don't mind him fight with the media. I can give a shit about that as long as you have results. But the question I have for you is, early on when he first got hired, the training camp was more physical. But what I like was all the players loved it. They all spoke openly. Quincy Williams and Garrett and Sauce, like, we like this. We like being coached hard. We like all that, which is great. They work their ass off. They be more physical. But if the results don't follow, like, listen, man, you worked us like fucking to the bone here, but we're still losing the games the same way we've always lost. That could be
a lot of missed tackles, brother. A lot of missed tackles. I mean, they were over there doing the Oklahomas in the middle of practice and beating one another's ass, tackling, and we hadn't seen that in years.
Yep.
And you're going on the field and you're not making tackles. That's a problem.
That's the problem.
That's a problem. Like yesterday, those missed tackles, especially on that James Cook run, drove me out of my mind. That was when I lost it. When you said you were angry, well, that was when I got angry.
Yep.
Because before that, it was 13-3 or 13-0.
13-0. Yep.
But that was when that was like, I had enough at that point. I was like, no.
But then, like, and I got a question for you, because this, I think I argued with somebody today about this, not just whatever. So, third quarter, 7 minutes left, 4th and 1 from your own like 28-yard line. I'm thinking you're down 20 points, dude. I'm going for it. 4th and 1, like, we have nothing to lose at that point. The game is borderline over. You can't set them on offense. Like, why not go for it on 4th and 1 there? Why did he punt that? That right there, Ed, I was like, Todd Bowles, I've seen this before. This is way too conservative for a coach that talked all that shit about this aggressive mindset.
Yeah.
Did you agree with punting there or no?
I thought it was still early enough. Like, there was a lot of time, but I mean,
it's a bad message, man. You can't get 1 yard.
It is. I you know, at that point, I was so disgusted. I really was. I was so disgusted at that point that I just felt like, and this is unbelievable, I felt like we never had a shot at that point.
But to me, that's where the coach shows faith in his team.
Bro, and you look at that sideline, because I'm there, I'm fortunate enough to be right there. They were defeated, bro. It was bad.
But doesn't that add to it though? Like you're speaking, but like if your sideline's defeated and you're like their heads are down, they're getting their ass kicked, and then you punt, you're go right along with the momentum. You're just getting right into it then.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I had other things going on in watching this shit, and that wasn't one of them. You know what I mean? There was a lot going on. I could see what's happening there. And it reminded me a lot of what I've seen in the past.
Yep.
So, but I'm not gonna judge that because it's one game. I'm not doing it. It's too early. I'd be a fool to do that. That's, because this guy, we're hoping he can turn it around, and I believe he will. I believe he has the desire. He very well may have to start getting rid of personnel. You may see a totally different team in the near future, because I don't think this guy is gonna put up with guys that aren't giving a complete effort at all times.
Yep. Do you think does that include Muji's high-priced free agents? Because look at Brandon Stevens, look at Cisco. They're making a ton of money, dude. If they're not playing well, like, I wouldn't mind seeing AZ Thomas play. I wouldn't mind seeing Malachi Moore play. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose young. I'm not going to lose at a high-priced guy that's not worth, they're not earning his contract.
I think they'll do that, but they're not going to do it at the third game of the year. That's not going to happen, because then you'd question them. Oh, I would question them. Go, how do you pay those guys and they only have them play for 3 games?
True.
No. We're 7-8 games into this thing, and you see what your record is. Well, then we'll have a different conversation. But right now, oh no, we would look like fools. You got to be a fool. You can't be free agent getting the safety from the Jaguars, the kids from Long Island, the other kid, Brandon Stevens. They say he's got a lot of ability, and no, you got to play these guys. We just started this thing. This is frustration.
Yeah.
It's Monday. See, Mondays are always tough.
Yep.
Mondays are way tougher than Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's true.
I'll be
rallying by Friday.
It gets easy. On Monday, we're all pissed off. I'm all about the 24-hour rule. I'm all about the 24-hour rule, because we were just about did this show 25 hours.
Yep.
Not even. I mean, it was close. It was close. Well, no, we're more than that because it was a 1 o'clock game. But you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, give it 30 hours. 30 hours. I'm still out of my mind. For me, it's 48 hours.
Yeah.
They put it 24 hours over there.
Yep.
Me, I need 48 because I'm just out of my mind. And we're not the normal guys. We are reading, watching, like when I'm looking at the snap count and I see Michael Clemens playing as much as Will McDonald for a second week in a row, that pisses me off.
Yep, makes no sense.
Like, there is no way you have Will McDonald playing 50-something% of the time. Will McDonald, I don't want to hear he can't stop the fucking run. Neither can any of them.
It's true.
Have your best players in. You need to have your best players in. This is what drove me nuts with Salah, with Quinn Williams. He had to play him 60, 62%, 65. Sometimes you go high end 70. I'm saying, this is a Pro Bowl player. Are you kidding me? These guys got to be playing 80, 85, 90% of the time. What are you talking about?
Yep.
You can't. I mean, that's insane. So I got plenty of things. My mindset is out of my mind. I lose my mind when I do these snap counts and, time passion. I mean, we go into everything.
Yep.
We're not the average Joe.
Yep, it's true.
We live and breathe this. We live and breathe it. This is why we're emotional. This is why we're nuts. It's Monday night. We're out of now. And it's the second game. It's the guy's second game in the regime. I got to give him some time. I have to do it. So we all do.
So, I agree with you. It's going to be it's going to be somewhat of a rebuilding process. It's going to be some highs, some lows. I'm hoping this is the lowest of lows because I can't do this all season long. I just can't. I don't have the energy for it. But
this guy like this, man, they're going to turn on him quick.
Yeah.
Like the fan base is going to turn on him quick. You cannot, not with the talent that's on the team. There's too much talent. There's got to be supreme effort. And, you can't be getting blown out at home when you're down 30-3 in the fourth quarter. 30-3 at home.
Yep.
And you score,
garbage touchdown.
Garbage. I mean, come on, man. So, of course, the fans you can't have another one of these. The fan base will not deal with that at all.
Well, that's what I said. Usually you have, every season your team has one or two duds. It's every team in the NFL you have them. But I'm like, to have it week 2, it's just man, that's not a good look. And you're right. You're kind of taking away your wiggle room. You can't have another one of these in 2 weeks. You're like, listen, this is the trend now. This is becoming alarming where you got to see progress. And the thing is, do you I kind of believe this. I think, honestly, Aaron Glenn's biggest job he has to do is to teach this team how to win. I think they become so used to losing, justifying losing. They become complacent and they just expect it now where that's how you literally change your culture. Like Rex Ryan had to do it. You got to teach these guys how to win, dude. You literally do.
You got to teach them how to win and you got to get some wins, man. Winning is contagious. Right now they're coming in, you just wanted them to win that goddamn game, the first game.
Yeah.
Huge. Yep. All right. And I did think they were going to win it, man. And, now you're going into Florida for back-to-back weeks. I'll be down there. I'll be in Tampa Sunday. I'm right there. I'm first row. I'm going to support them. I'm right there, 50-yard line. Boom. Yeah. And, there's a reason because I want to support this guy. Yep. And let them know that, the fans are backing them. So, let's hope we go down there and pull it out and win this game. Because if we can win this game, going to Miami's got their own problems.
Yep.
They got big problems. They got bigger problems than we do, bro.
But if you could turn around and be all of a sudden 2-2 in a couple of weeks, things get a little interesting. And then, it's you just want to, it's got to be fun, right? You want to enjoy football on Sundays. You want to be proud of your team. It's you want that little excitement, that energy, not walk around with your head down, pissed off, angry. It gets old, man.
Tyson, we can win these, win the first one and then go down to Miami and win that one. You come home, you're 2-2, you're playing the Cowboys. The fan base is going to be a little excited.
Yep.
I tell you right now, you talk about something totally different than what we're talking about tonight.
Yep,
100%. Totally different. The vibe's going to be totally different. and
Now,
people are going to buy in. So these games are winnable. I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a good team, but they're not world beaters. You can go in there and beat. You're going to have to put pressure on. They got. You look at their offensive line; they're beat up.
yep.
Worth's out. I mean, the other backup tackle just went out before I got on the air. He was out. They got the 2 tackles are out.
Yeah.
They're playing anytime soon. So yeah, your defensive line's got to go in there and dominate the game, and your offensive line needs to run the ball.
Yep.
Run the ball. Don't be quick to go away from the run. Run the goddamn ball. And Tyrod can throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, he can.
So, I expect us to win this game Sunday.
You know what's funny? As mad as negative as I am right now, I have a weird feeling they win the game too. Like I just have that weird feeling. Like next Monday we'll be talking like, you know what? I can't believe they won that game. Look at this shit.
I expect them. Honestly, I mean this. I expect them to come back into Jet Life against the Cowboys on the 5th of October. I expect them to be 2-2, and the fan base is through the roof and all excited. So, and hopefully this will just push this one under the rug, and
I hope so.
And say never happen again.
Yeah. Do you think they cut Clemens due to that game yesterday or no?
The way he sounded in the press conference didn't sound like it, but would I cut him? Hell yeah. He ain't helping us.
No.
What is he doing?
Nope.
What is he doing? Like when you watch him play, he's constantly slashing. Like he doesn't hold his ground. He doesn't hold containment. Like what is he saying, this guy? Give these other guys, these young guys, a chance.
Yep.
Leonard Taylor and McGregor and how do you say his name? Tufley?
Tufeli. Yep.
Tufeli. Play these guys, man. We got to get away from that. Like when we look at Michael Clemens, honestly, we think bad vibes.
Yep.
Like that's what the fan base does. The fan base goes back to what we're getting away from, and he's one of them that needs to be.
I knew it was him yesterday when it was with 3rd and 19. There was a flag on a play. When you heard personal foul, I'm like Michael Clemens. Like you didn't have to know. Like I just knew it was him. And when it was, I'm like, this is more of the same. This is like similar to Xavier Gibson. Like fans know our players. We know our team. We know it's like you can only coach certain things that are certain players. To me, it's like that's exactly what he is. And Aaron Glenn's explanation to him is just like I understand you got to justify it because they have no depth at defensive end. You've got to find someone like Leonard Taylor played pretty well late in the game yesterday. Like I'd rather see that than Clemens' nonsense.
You gotta play these guys, and you gotta play Will McDonald more. What are you doing? You're playing Will McDonald. The week before you played him 54% against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the other guy, this meathead, played 52%. You gotta be kidding me! Like what are we doing? No, I'm that's unacceptable in my mind.
Yep, I agree.
Like Will McDonald is a player. Play him. He needs to be on the field. I love Will McDonald.
No, I'm with you. All right, so we'll end. First of all, thank you for your time, dude. I was like, I love talking to you. We do this every year. I want to do more of that. I love doing this with you. But so to end on a positive, you're thinking you're going down to Tampa Bay. Yes. You're thinking Jets are going to come back 2-2 after the Miami adventures.
I do. I believe that. I believe they'll be 2-2, and maybe that's just my heart talking because this is what we are, but I do believe they're both winnable games. And, you got to set the tone where there's too much talent, Tyson, too much talent. And, it'd be one thing if I didn't believe in Tyrod Taylor.
Yep.
But I like Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
I think these are the perfect games. This is why you have him as the backup.
Yep.
Because having him as a full-time quarterback, he doesn't stay healthy. So, you gotta hope that we can get him through this next game. I believe the following game you'll have Fields back in Miami playing against Miami. That's just my feeling. Yeah, so pull this on Sunday. I'll be there, and then go to that miserable Miami and beat their ass and put them out of goddamn misery because they're playing the Buffalo Bills Thursday night.
Yep, they're gonna be in trouble.
Buffalo beat their ass.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I want to get back to 2-2 so bad and just be relevant, have fun, enjoy football again. And
the Cowboys, Cowboys coming in. So This is the belief. I mean, listen, you got to go to your bread and butter. That's the offensive line. The offensive line's your bread and butter. You have to set your will and run on these teams and play action. You need to get Mason Taylor involved. Mason Taylor's, I believe, will have a big year. They got to get more touches from, and Brees coming, running wild. Get Braylon in there, Allen. We have weapons. We got things we can do here. So it's not like we're just one dimensional. I don't believe that. So they got to get these guys. Remember, it's a work in progress. But we did like the offensive coordinator and his play calling on the first game.
Yep.
Yesterday it was like a friggin' rolling boulder coming down, and we couldn't stop it. Holy shit!
It was bad.
That was pathetic. I haven't been that disgusted in since last year.
It's like
what a joke.
So Ed, first of all, thank you so much for your time, man. I love talking to you. It's always a pleasure. And you're active on Instagram, man. What's your Instagram account? Give that out because everybody follows you. It's awesome.
Yeah, Fireman Ed 42, and I'm on Instagram. I'll be saying something tomorrow probably. I got to get, like I said, I got to give myself a little time. I came on with you because I love you and that, but I'm usually I don't like talking too much on Mondays because I'm out of my mind. I'm still nuts from last night.
Yeah,
still nuts from last night.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because it's the second game, and I'm like, all right, laid the egg, no more of this. Can't have it again. Not that. Losing 30-3 in the fourth quarter at home, that's brutal.
Yep.
Brutal. Against the division rival, I don't want to hear it. Can't happen. Can't let it happen again.
I'm completely with you. So, Ed, thank you so much for your time. I definitely appreciate it. Safe travels to Florida. Definitely. And I appreciate everything to the stadium, dude. This is tough times with this team and just the stadium. It's a mess. So definitely appreciate everything, man.
Bro, anytime. Tyson, always a pleasure talking to you, bro.
Have a good night, man.
Go Jets.
Jet